All right, so we up in here. I'm the stock exchange, of course. This is Trump and the GE. This is Mayor Bowser scolds Trump on DC crime. And so there's been some T to T between President Trump and DC Mayor Muriel Bowser over the past week or so, where there's a Doge employee who was brutally attacked in the DuPont Circle area, Washington, D.C., by some teens. And a couple of teens have been arrested. I think they're out of maybe out of Southern Maryland, out of PG County, Maryland, who attacked this guy in DuPont Circle. Apparently allegedly he was trying to help his girlfriend to her car, and they attempted to attack her, and he stepped in. And he was beaten up pretty badly. And Trump is calling for a cleanup of the crime in D.C., removal of homeless encampments in D.C., to make it safer for residents of D.C. And he's threatening to federalize D.C., whether that means bringing military or National Guard, I'm not sure. But he's threatening to federalize D.C. if the city can't clean up his act. And so his statement, official statement from President Trump, I'm going to try to share my screen, where he's alarmed about the crime in D.C.
How much more would you like Doge to cut from the federal government?
Well, it's not so much Doge anymore. And by the way, I have to say that somebody from Doge was very badly hurt last night. You saw that. A young man who was beat up by a bunch of thugs in D.C. And either they're going to straighten their act out in the terms of government and in terms of protection, or we're going to have to federalize and run it the way it's supposed to be run. But it's not a question of Doge.
So the question is about Doge, and he pivoted to a Doge employee being beaten up and used as a pretext to federalize D.C. and take over the law enforcement, whether that means bringing troops into D.C. or what have you, and bringing law and order to a lawless environment or what have you. So, and here is, so he gave the impression that D.C. is lawless. I don't know if that's a flashpoint or what have you with the Doge employee, but the mayor clapped back with some crime statistics to show that crime is down. I'm trying to share my screen to show the crime statistics. Here we are. So you see on the screen, it shows DC crime statistics by the Maryland Police Department. All crime is down 7%. Total violent crime is down 26%. Murders are down 12%. Robberies are down 28%. And armed assaults are down 20%. These seem like some pretty steep cuts in violent crime, particularly 26%. So double-digit rates, double-digit reductions in violent crime, murders, robbery, and armed assaults, and total of 7% across the board. So this seems pretty like substantial cuts, and it seems like DC is making progress. These are official statistics from Washington D.C. and some of the measures that the mayor is taking is having curfews for young adults and teenagers during certain periods. So here's a report from ABC in D.C. on the efforts to put in curfews and how local residents feel about the curfews and the efforts to stop or stem crime and make people feel safer. Here goes.
The reported crime reduction to youth curfews in effect across the district. Tonight, there are no designated youth curfew zones this weekend, partly because the MPD tell us they believe what they are doing is working. Orleana Golden asking residents if they feel the same.
Do you feel a bit safer with these efforts in place?
Most definitely, yeah.
That was one of our questions to DC locals this weekend, now that youth curfew zones have been put up from Navy Yard to the U Street corridor and parts of Northeast in response to a rise of juvenile incidents this summer.
I think it's a lot better than what it was. The older stuff that they're doing for the curfews and everything, limiting stuff, is a lot better than what it was. Not having all the kids just lining out, just hanging outside the stores. It's just a lot easier to go around places now, and not have to worry or watch out and like wondering what they're going to like do next.
So when these special curfew zones are activated, it's yellow signs like this one left behind on U Street that will let the public know it's in place. It starts at 8 p.m. and goes until 11 when the citywide curfew kicks in. And basically for that 3-hour window, anyone 17 and under is prohibited from gathering in groups of 9 or more. It's something that folks around here welcome, telling me they do believe it's working to curb youth-related crimes.
Until they stop being outside, continue to patrol the streets. I'm sorry. Like, I love the curfew. Why not? Why should it be outside at 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock, whatever? Keep them in the house. They're kids.
I don't think it's right. I think it's really unfair for the young people in the city.
Some others, meantime,
Okay, so there you see, the mayor showing, statistics from the DC, from the police department, showing crime is down, and then you have and she's the police and then she's showing efforts to bring crime down, with curfews for the youth across sections of DC, and you see the reactions from residents that they do feel safer. They do think the anti-crime measures are working. They do think the curfews are working. So the statistics tell a totally different narrative from the one told by the president. So will the president actually will he actually federalize DC? Is there a need to federalize DC? And if he federalizes DC, with a backdrop of these crime statistics, the drop in the crime statistics, and the reaction from residents who feel safer because of the measures, the anti-crime measures, will all hell break loose in DC? Will the residents revolt? How will the Democratic Party react? President federalizing the nation's capital with a large black population. It's a Democratic city, and another opportunity to make the Democratic Party look weak on crime and to make a large urban area run by Democrats look weak. He's already embarrassed the state of California and Los Angeles, which has a large urban area and a Democratic run city. So I'm sure we'll hear more from the president. We'll hear more from Mayor Bowser as well. So that's Trump and the GE. Thank you.